you go, boys. It appears we is live on Tube. Happy Saturnalia! Was a joke. Let us give thanks, Kevin and Albert. Would you like to introduce yourselves and get it going?
Hello, it's me, Kevin. I'm usually on here with Dave. Nice to meet you.
27th, crimbo-limbo. That's where we're at. It's the 27th.
I just got a notification for the live. Right. Sorry, I've got the tablet out and it gave me a notification for the live and then there was nothing. So weirdness.
How are you, Bert? Do you want to say hello? Do you want to introduce?
Turn your mic on.
I'm all right. Yeah. You know me, I don't like being in the limelight, mate. I haven't got much to say, really. And I'm sure everyone knows who I am.
That's unlike you.
Background. What? Not got much to say? All right, yeah.
Yeah. Got him in the admins.
Yeah. I don't know, mate. Yeah. Not much been happening in my world at the minute, so yeah.
Or mine. I've been a bit lazy, to be honest.
Oh, is that why you put me on the spot then?
No, you said there's not been much happening in my world of late, and I'm like, yeah, me as well. That's partly because I've been a bit lazy. I asked you to just out of courtesy. It's the sovereign way, you know. You know.
Yeah.
Come on, say hello, Moody. Hello.
The Three Kings. Will that hand us in? Maybe we'll see. See what he says. If he decides to join. Hello to whoever else may be with us. Let me just get in G.
Jerry, Andy, how you doing? Hope you're both all right. Had a good one for what it's worth and all that. Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
I just came up with I'll be honest, I hadn't thought about the title. So mental wealth is the main part of the title with the subtitle Crimbo-Limbo edition. Just because we have time, we are available, we can get together, we can meet, we can chat, we can socialize, we can share jokes, etc. We've got New Year's Day approaching as of the 1st of January 2024. But then those of you that are familiar with what astronomy, astrology, stars, calendars, calculi, etc., will know that we have an equinox. Is it the equinox on the 22nd? It's not the solstice, is it? Equinox is then the solstices are at the top, I believe. Yeah. So April time, March 22nd, you know, spring, New Year's then. So when we talk about cognitive dissonance and mental health, there's like two aspects of it. One that we're all under through the deception of language, calendars, times, places, history, religion, etc. And then there's obviously a secondary aspect of cognitive, or there's more aspects of cognitive dissonance, but for this example, the second aspect would be not waking to this information when coming across it, not actioning on it, not letting your consciousness expand to be able to then develop your own mental wealth by learning to control the fear. With the line of work that Kevin, Albert, I, and yourselves do, we have better mental health than our counterparts and some of the masses because of the works that we do. Hello, Yanko. Just making a quick video on you.
That quick video. That's like there's an oxymoron coming out of Dave's mouth. Right, 2 secs, people. I'll be back in 2 secs.
Thank you for that, Kevin. And on the back of that, the calendars, December placement, October placement, Oct. December of divisions of multiples of 10, base unit 10. So the calendar, you know, the times, the places, when we look at mental health, depression springs to mind, anxiety, such things as trying to balance a family, a work life, a home life, the bills, the seasonal pressures that Saturnalia tends to bring, Hail Mithra, etc. So, you know, we need to, knowledge shared, you know, is imparted on those that are willing to take it, to use their due diligence and run with it. So not knowing where we are from means that we can't know where we are going. You know, not knowing when we are means just for navigational points and purposes of clarity. And you know, in an age of 2023, when we're supposed to, well, we appear to be making ourselves to be technologically advanced in many ways, we're quite backwards in some other ways. So folklore, you know, the art of communal verbal vernacular vocabularies being shared by village chiefs, elders, you know, townspeople, more modern, you know, but the word of mouth, folklore, what is law? When we look at and analyze laws, folklore, why is writing advantageous to verbal? You know, argumentatively, it would be the details can be captured in a more accurate and greater depth, David. Well, yes, but also language, as we've come to see it, is very deceptive when we look at it in a written format as well. So the snakes, the forked tongue, deception, mental health comes in many ways when you find out that legalese is a language that looks, writes and sounds like English, but is a foreign language to English, and it has its own dictionary. You know, small fry like that aside, it's important for us to share snippets of information, because those little snippets of information, no matter how intangible or tangible at the time, tedious as they may seem, will help somebody at some point in their development break that extra step, that, or make that extra step, break that the link in the chain, and move forward. You know, so it's just, yeah, mental health. You've got the medical, what would you say, academic side of it, depression in the umbrella of, and then the neurological psychotropic drugs that can be prescribed for your dis-ease. And then obviously the other aspect of mental health is the daily crucifixion that we all go through not knowing whom, what, when and why, in an age of such technological advancements that we are allegedly claiming that we have something. So again, it is an interesting point, mental health. I'll yield it there and look in the room and see what's going on, give you guys some time to bounce back.
Yeah, mental health. Yeah, it's something I wouldn't wish anybody to suffer, particularly. I've been down in the dark places with it. It's taken a while. I have somewhat of a night love, sorry everybody, somewhat of a hold or some control over it these days. I've recognized the patterns, and you know, the the paths that I know where they lead, so I tend to distract myself, and seems to work. It doesn't, it's not 100% of the time. Still have my downside, but yeah, the mental health side of things, that's really coming home to roost with the last 3-4 years as well. So a lot of people suffering with that. But yeah, I don't envy, you know, anybody that. It's hard work, and it can take you to some very dark places and put you in some scary situations, um, which you never thought you'd been in. What I mean by that is inside your mind and the things you may or may not think about doing to remedy it. Not all of them good. So yeah, it's it's yeah, something I wouldn't wish on anybody. Not fun. There's my two penneth worth. Why I go and get some ice and a drink.
No, that's right. Yeah, depression, mental. Anybody with a brain, anybody with a mind has got mental health issues. Whether you believe them to be at a level severe enough to seek external third-party help and intervention is down at your discretion and your discretion only. The darkness is nothing to be afraid of. I'd rather walk with somebody in the dark than alone in the light. To be fair, if I was to put it another way, and some years ago, an ex clubbing friend of mine came around with a matchbox and said I'd got to look after it for a bit. And if you look inside the matchbox, you'll find out the reasons for what he was on about. That the darkness is something that we ought not to dwell in for prolonged periods of time. But for instance, a seed germination, a plant's life from seed to sproutling begins in the dark. Life can exist, flourish and blossom within darkness. Doesn't necessarily need to be in the light, the glory and etc. But prolonged longevity in darkness is when then the problems will start to develop and grow. So darkness is not to be afraid of, something to be afraid of or feared. The unknown in itself, coming out of your comfort zone. When I was smoking, say, copious amounts of cannabis, clubbing, taking ecstasy, drinking, DJing, escaping reality and life in itself, self-medicating, but within legal tolerance. Well, I said ecstasy, so cannabis, yeah. Legal tolerances of which, borderline tolerances, just B's and C's, there's no A's in there, just B's and C's, people, keep it friendly, it's a family atmosphere. But still, the darkness, it does actually make you see, things yourself going within, hitting rock bottom before you actually realize, actually, it's not the earth, the world and humanity that's against me. It's my own stupidity that keeps fucking my life up, which is why I keep going in these circles of doom. And it takes you to get in that darkness, probably, for my instance, a few times before your stubbornness moves to one side and you begin to see the error of your ways. Are you? Sign in. Well, so what's happened over the festive period? What have you got to report? Or
been quite quiet. Nothing. Yeah, it was quiet at home, quiet everywhere else. I haven't spoke to anybody. Well, I spoke to my boy and my daughter and couple of my mates over Christmas. That's about it, really. It's been a particularly quiet one, which suits me. I like quiet.
sorry.
I said the alarm come up to remind me about the chat that we're doing right now. I thought I'd shut it off. That was weird. Well, I'm on the bloody thing. What are you doing? Never mind. Technology.
Right, it's given me. I have to switch accounts a minute. That's all.
We got Cymru, Kathy. Leave my rights alone. How you doing, everybody? We've covered the rest of them. Yeah, Kathy, it's blueberry pomegranate and acai. That's what I'm drinking. Stacked with ice.
Is that better? Fixed it.
Well, I can hear you.
That's all right. I'm just popping onto mobile. I want to check the room. What have we got to say? How are you? What do you know? Have you got any questions, any comments? Do you want to talk about mental health? Where do you go? When you go to that safe place, what is your safe place? Friends and family, community. Who do you talk to? Who can you trust? Do you feel like you can talk to anybody? Is there anybody, if you could, and you do? Let me just, what's going on here? I've got a notification.
Mostly you, Dave, is who I talk to.
It's good to talk.
And the missus. Yeah, I mean, I've got plenty of good friends, but like, well, I'm assuming like everybody, there's some you go, no, I wouldn't talk to them about X, Y, Z, but there's others that I would. It doesn't change, what they mean to me. It's just you just get to know people. Though some of them, no, I'm not gonna put that or broach that subject with them.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I mean. We put pressures on ourselves, family pressures, seasonal pressures, pressures to pay the bills, pressures to pay parking penalty charges, taxes in various formats that we have to pay begrudgingly. It's or discharge, pay, offset, set off, deception in many forms. Nothing I was saying to Albert before we went live, it's not clear and transparent, is it? The fiscal fiat money system as it is, pardon me, come to know, and it's not clear and transparent regards credit creation. He was on about the pound coin and the pound note, as he said to you, the Bank of England handing over the pound note to a coin format rather than a paper-based note format, and then the coin being part of currency distributed by the Royal Mint, and so power and things go into that. So we look at money, what we think money is: a value, intrinsic value, non-intrinsic value, value as sorts, value added, value accepted for value, return for value, how we value, certain aspects, instruments, technological tools, if you like, and of society. Despite it being governed proportionally by the 1882 bills of exchange and such other case laws from circa of late 1700. So that shows you in itself how old the technology in itself is, archaic. So again, if only we could, I think before any of our situations ever start to become or have a chance of getting better as a country as a whole, I think it's going to take quite a lot of removal of cognitive dissonance, where we work out, why we are in a daze and a haze, and why we don't seem to be as astute in some areas as what we are in other areas. When it comes to commerce, it's cutting edge and it's on point, and it's billions of dollars of investment, and it's fantastic. But when it comes to the masses and our nations, our states, our countries, our land masses needing to get better, there's a few bits of we would call it critical criteria, key and integral bits of information that you could know that would get yourself out of the haze and the fog, to get to retain and reserve your rights, and to keep full control, and to manage a situation where there is a controversy at play, and to know how to get out of that, how to manage it in such a successful, calm, orthodox way, that it would come to the same end, the recipe that we have for this. So having New Year's Day on the 1st of January, and then the actual New Year beginning celestially, astronomically, astrology principles, stars, equinoxes, solstices, you see. So we willingly allow ourselves to be mind fucked on a daily basis by the state, and then we wonder why we go around with a headache, all dazed and confused and weakened in the weekend. I yield. I weep. Is there anybody there? Bert's gone. No, he's there. He's muted.
Yeah, no, me. I've got the boys playing in the background and all, making a racket.
Right, old Din. It's a family show. No, that adds character to the show. We like that. Authenticity.
Yeah. Not with these two. My one screams his head off. Yeah. Bouncing himself off the walls. Don't need to give him anything for that.
Family life. That's what it's all about. Yes, yes. You see, when one creates a new world, one needs a language for that new world. What we find is, talking of mental wealth, but the language for the new world order would be, hey presto, legalese. Little things like that. Just lift your day. There is my drink. I've lost my beverage. So the room seems quiet as well. Everybody seems a bit relaxed, chilled. We all wasted. What's going on? Talk to us. Any questions? Any comments? You got any political avenues you'd like to discuss and talk about? NHS. I hope you don't need a hospital or an A&E anytime soon, because there'll be more strikes again, apparently. Better off sorting yourself out, I say.
Well, yeah, start of words. Yeah, so Eric, I got that. I thought
I was just reading that, Kev. Yeah.
Yeah, bloody autocorrect. Yeah, hurty words. Well, show me the legislation. Otherwise, jog the F on. Are you coming around to talk to me about an act? Yeah, bye. Don't waste your time. Services are not required.
Yeah, but that's where they're pushing it, isn't they?
Yeah.
But like the constabulary, like using the police resources for something trivial like that, it's just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on. Complete waste of resources, and then somebody's getting stabbed, beaten up, robbed down the road, and oh yeah, we'll be around in 4 days. What a joke.
Again, yeah, it just shows you, doesn't it? We need a reform of quite a lot of the areas of our land masses. What would you say? Commercial, administrative, legal, not just the court, but the administrative side, the commercial side, social housing side, the community side. Yeah, what the police's remit for somebody, the commissioner or somebody, etc., should be, and obviously the chief constable, no less. Commissioners and constables of chiefs alike should be getting together, and they should be managing in a way which is befitting to just, right, and proper. But again, we need to discuss these matters and how best to tackle them.
Yeah, but it's mad, really, isn't it? Because there's so much outside. Because we're supposed to have a diplomatic thing, you know, and do we ever get that? Look at this, like UN, G20, all that. Like these meetings they're all having behind the scenes. Nothing's like, because that's even where this 20-mile-an-hour thing comes from, UN sides. So it's just mad the power that we're losing, and they're not even talking about it, you know.
It all needs to reform in a reformation, let alone the language and words and gender and fluidity and binary and what's going off in areas to do with gender. But the whole, I think, money, language, well, currency, money, credit, all needs sorting out. Language needs reforming again. It needs to be common knowledge that what legalese is and the language of the New World Order. Commerce in itself, where councils and government, local government, it's I'd say that everything's ready for a spring clean. Sovereignty in itself. Call
Yeah,
yourself
I'll tell
sovereign.
you. Yeah, I was trying to report a road flooding. Yeah, so I thought, it's a bit naughty, and it was a few months back. Yeah, so it was the local council, and when I rang them, it was out of service. Yeah, so and the thing said, our out of service is dealt by Hertfordshire Police. What? Like, I'm like shocked, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, hold on a minute. I've called the council and I'm being put through to the Hertfordshire Constabulary to report something. Yeah. And basically, like, how can I be trying to report a flooding on a road? Yeah. Because it was quite bad. Do you know what I mean? The whole road was flooded. The walkways were covered, everything. And I get through to the police. They're saying, "Oh, what is the matter? Like, what can we help? All that kind." And I said, "I've got through to the police, just confirming that I've been tracked." And I expressed my views that, like, I wouldn't expect it. I'd expect the council to be picking up their out of hours service, not the local constabulary. And I found it quite mad. So
Yeah, business. They've probably been told to pick up the slack to save some money. Part of austerity moves in themselves as well. Commerce before profits, before comfort. Or the business in itself. It does seem. It would be a surprise to me as well if you rang an out obviously a council service and they ended up speaking to the local bobbies.
I couldn't believe it, mate. Couldn't believe it. So, but that's what it's coming to. Do you know what I mean? Just pure madness, and I don't know who sanctioned that or whatever. Yeah, but obviously themselves.
A business deal was done. Yeah, somebody's done a deal.
Same like our free speech on social media is not allowed and stuff. Words that can hurt, they're going to send them around. What? It's just crazy because, like, it depends, isn't it? Everyone is different. Some words can hurt, some words can go over your head. So It's just crazy how they intervene.
Yeah, you're right. There's no need for going as far as what people go when they, social media is just turning into another circus front for the carnival of which we know. People need to be accountable for their actions, but we need to draw lines, don't we, on that front? Verbal assault.
Free speech, whatever you're allowed. Yeah. Just all that's going down by the wayside, isn't it?
Verbal
Yeah.
assault is not physical assault. Fair enough, it's a form of an assault, but it would remain a civil matter until a physical assault. So therefore, and no crime, isn't it? Yeah. Go on, Kevin. Go on.
That's what you think.
Logically,
The little
yeah, logic.
snowflakes,
Yeah.
the little snowflakes, and that are the ones that don't know what's in their pants. Words of violence. That's where we're at. Words are violence. Don't like those words.
I find it offensive.
Be offended. What's going to happen? Your head going to fall off? Be offended. What they mean is they go, "Oh, that's offensive." No, you found it offensive. It's not generally offensive.
Or the police.
It is a joke. Absolute joke. And these retards, for want of a better term, 2 generations from us are just going to bring on doomsday right on themselves. And they just can't see it. Their education, everything has been so bad. Really bad. It's unbelievable. It's that bad that Antifa think they're anti-fascist. That's how bad their education is. Oh dear.
What's all this I heard about David Cameron coming back into the swing, into the fold? Word on street, Cameron. What's
Did he
going
even
on?
go though? And they, in all these lords and elites in that upper house, like in the Privy Council, so they've got certain says behind the scenes that no one gets to know about. Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Cameron's only come back because he got the nod that the Conservative Party had bought a pig farm.
Been any more
Yeah, all these
controversy?
idiots, all these idiots that have walked away. I mean, he walked away with the huff when he didn't get the result he wanted in the referendum. And now, see, slowly but surely, they're all back. Fucking retards. This is what we're up against. They've all got to go. None of them are
Yeah.
there for us. They're there filling their own pockets. We're talking total reform. There is a Cromwell moment right now. It really is. It is a Cromwell moment. Need somebody to go in there and go, "Hey, fucking odious, fucking self-serving, get the fuck out."
It's all orchestrated, though, isn't it? It's all orchestrated because when they step down on in the public, whatever, they're still in that Privy Council talking about whatever, putting their vote across and all that. So realistically, are they not the unelected because they're still voting? So they've still got a bit of say between them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just what they want you to believe, isn't it?
Well, like right now, we've got a choice of socialism via the Conservatives or socialism via Labour. That's the reality of it. It's exactly where we're at. Two wings of the same bird. Everybody think, still seeing people going, "Oh yeah, we need Labour in power." Oh, do fuck off. Jesus Christ. What have I been 48 years or something like that, 46 years I've been able to vote. I never have. because never seemed like anything ever happened. And anybody that tells me that something in their life has changed during the same period of time I've been on the planet is full of shit. Nothing's ever changed. It's just nonsense. They tell you all the nice stuff and they get done, little bits of piecemeal stuff that won't affect the mainstream, the main, people, the main body of working people. And everybody still goes down and doing the same. Oh, let's give it another 4 years. We'll vote somebody else in to not do anything. Just outrageous. Give it up. They got to go.
Yeah. Let's have a look, see what's been going on in here. It seems very
Yeah,
quiet.
Jerry.
Didn't
I was
they
just gonna say,
change it all and all? Now voting, you have to provide ID and all that kind of thing with the electoral stuff. I know there was some sort of form of ID. I'm not doing it because I'm not interested in any of it because it's all orchestrated, a whole lot. But,
Yeah, I wouldn't do
yeah.
anything. The only thing I do is I do go down there and spoil my ballot paper rather than not vote, because that means it just goes to the sitting party, which thinks a load of bollocks and all. But yeah, I go down and spoil the vote, scribble out all the other names, put my home on there with a big tick at the end of it, and shove it in the box.
I've never bothered. Yeah.
Well, as I say, the only reason is I'd hate to see my vote just be given to the sitting party because I couldn't be asked, and I don't want to vote for anybody else. So just go and spoil the paper. I did
So
my
you'd rather
bit.
say no vote then, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't change nothing. What's the point? Do you think me going and starting voting now is going to change the world? It hasn't done anything for it hasn't done anything for me in the last 57 years.
I prefer to be off the electoral roll, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh no, that's fair enough. I mean, how can I explain? Yeah, I'm on it, but I didn't put myself on it. So technically it's a data breach. But it's helped me in a few ways. Not so I choose to do, but I've got to be honest, being on it has paid some dividends fairly, but in the last few years anyway. Just with things I've been able to access, so it's all good.
What? I'm just scanning the room now from Jerry, Eric, easy Eric, long time.
Yeah, I was just going to say to Jerry in his comments, this is what they call the new democracy. Well, that's the new argument for the lefty liberal socialist thing, isn't it? Oh yeah, but this is democratic socialism. Well, hang on a minute. How does that make any sense? Democratic basically means everybody votes, majority wins. So if that's the case, it doesn't change socialism, it just means idiots vote for it. And then by that level, aren't we now in democratic capitalism?
Say what?
Well, adding the word democratic to it doesn't mean anything.
I know.
Doesn't change anything, does it?
Demon.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It's just tarting it up, sprinkling glitter on a turd.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take a while before we turn these things around. But
Yeah, it ain't going to be in 5 minutes, that's for sure. But I do see some signs of more and more people getting it. you know, slowly, unfortunately. But I don't know how far that's the only thing that really disappoints me. I really thought for some time that there'd be more of a groundswell, just in general. We don't have all be doing what we're doing, but just in general, you know, common sense, look at what's happening, that there would be more of a groundswell, but it seems to be taking forever. And we all know all the lefty and liberals, they just want to go to a safe space when it all kicks off. So they're no good to anybody. Oh, somebody said an F word at me. Put them in prison. Oh, here he is. Better late than never.
The fourth horseman. No, the fourth.
Fourth, the fourth
Norseman.
musketeer. The fourth
Norseman.
musketeer, not horseman.
No, Norseman. The fourth. Evening, Anders. Gosh. He's got a new microphone that isn't working. No.
Oh, look at him. He thinks he's on stage.
Can't
Bit of
believe
karaoke. We can't hear you, Anders.
living is without you. Can't believe-
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. That's what he's gonna regale us with a few tunes now. I can feel it.
He's doing. No. Can anybody hear Anders?
No. Do you know what? He might be doing the old broken microphone gag.
Could well be. Oh, it's crimbo-limbo. Anything can happen in between Christmas and the first of the New Year's days. Moving on. Moving on. What was your favourite gift of this Saturnalia period? Did you get anything nice? Or your favourite meal? Did you have a nice Christmas Day dinner?
Oh, always have a always hang on. Yeah, always have a nice Christmas Day dinner. There's only two of us. Well, and all the beasts, so they count as the rest of the family.
Yeah.
But yeah, usual free bird roast with just about everything. Far too much. But yeah, I didn't go that mad, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Do the same sort of meal on New Year's Day. I had a bottle of wine and one can of beer on Christmas Day. So I was completely normal, well behaved. Went a bit mad on Christmas Day evening, all on my own. Excuse me. But yeah, presents wise, yeah, I've got a few things. I've got a PS5.
Oh wow.
We bought a Nintendo Switch, sort of for both of us. And what else did I get? Oh, yeah, nothing major. But yeah, bought a few games and that for the PS5 and bit. So yeah, just really a bit self-indulgent. Well, everybody's muted. Oh, look, governor's outside. That's it. Preaching to the masses.
Anders, there we are. My Christmas was about the same, Kevin, but without the PS5 part. That's all I wanted to say there.
I'm fine. Everything is fine here.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, so what have you been chatting about?
this and that. Nothing in particular, just topics, random topics.
Yeah.
Mental health,
Yeah.
deception. New Year's Day, 1st of January, but New Year's Day on the solstice equinox in March, the 22nd, is it? Yeah. The solstices, equinoxes, times, feeling out of place, deception, the forked tongue. Yeah, these kind of things. How is everybody? What we're doing, where we are. How can we know where we're going if we don't know where we're from? Don't even know what time it is. But yeah, I've got a smartphone. It tells them what time it is, but it's not that smart because it doesn't know the true time. What? You know, take it away, Anders.
Yeah, when we talk about smart stuff, I've been rethinking everything with artificial intelligence and things. And I actually been thinking that I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it because there is so much information out there that the artificial intelligence can help to find, structure it, and everything. And I am not scared anymore, you know. I've been scared the whole time when I was thinking about, oh, they can listen to our phone calls, they can listen to our video calls, they can read our mails, they can even put on our camera, even if we don't use the phone. They can do anything here. So I'm thinking, what can I do? Yes, they're going to use artificial intelligence to protect myself. That's what I'm going to do.
Around
So
these parts.
that's my thing, my rant.
Well done. I like that. Kudos, brother. Around these parts, these ends, we like to call it alternative intelligence. Seems quiet. You all had a nice time. All is well rested. Nothing to report. Don't, like I say, if you need a hospital, don't be surprised if you've got a long wait. Word of strikes again. Nobody seems to be happy. No one's got enough money.
What are they?
Things,
What are they think that's striking for, Dave? Do they need more? Is it for more time to do dance routines?
who knows? Money's, I believe, money's this time. Yep, no one seems to have enough money. Things, inflation, interest, cost of living crisis, artificial, man-made scandals of such.
I mean, come on, people, rise up. And I'm not talking about anybody in this chat or most of the people that are in our groups and stuff. I'm talking about the morons out there. Jeebus, can't even see it. And just go along with it, honestly, till it's too late. That's what's frightening. Oh, how did this happen? Oh, do fuck off.
Commerce was more important. It turns out that commerce was more important than breathing.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Oh, and it turns out that isn't breathing now being related to climate change.
Oh, well.
I saw a report somewhere. So that's it. We've all got to stop breathing, which is what they want anyway.
It's been a nice, quiet, calm affair. No snow, which was nice.
Yeah, we haven't had any. In fact, it's been quite warm down here, even of an evening. But yeah, I was sitting outside in a t-shirt. I mean, either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I can't remember which one. It was about 12 degrees. It was just pleasant. There was no wind, nothing.
Oh, ding dang do.
for me.
Watch any good Christmas films?
Not Christmas ones, although Anne did put that what's just come out? Sky, I think it's anyway, Super Mario Brothers. Oh my God. I couldn't even look at it, but she didn't put it on to sort of really watch it, just see how terrible it was, and there you go. No, I haven't really watched much over Christmas at all. Don't really do the, as you know, don't really do the TV too much. Even when it's on a film channel, but 95% of the time it's just white noise in the background. I'm not watching what's on. But no, and then as I said earlier, I watched The Irishman again today because Anne went out swimming and stuff with some of her friends today. So I bunged that on all 3.5 hours of it.
Get it?
Don't really think you can call it a Christmas movie.
Not like the Dirty Dozen, is it?
No.
By a long shot. Anders, you have a nice time? You and your good lady? Get up to anything?
Yeah, everything is fine here. There
Did you
is,
have a nice Christmas?
yeah, calm and unorthodox because we wasn't celebrating Christmas at all. The only thing we had was a bunch of food and we had some candles. That was all.
Can't argue with that. Sounds
Well,
lovely.
you have to push up your volume a bit, David.
Chat room, those in the room, tell us about your crimbo. Tell us your highlights, your lowlights, perhaps. The family been well? What did
Family fights
Oh yeah,
over the Christmas dinner, all pissed up and that.
bit of gossip. Do like a bit of goss.
Yeah, come on. Give us some feedback of the terrible times you've had, just to make us feel better.
No, Christmas in itself, a tradition where we put a tree up, some decorations, we buy and give presents, we cook a meal, but we do it knowing partial is even, I'd struggle to say partial facts of the matter. Why do we, to a tree, a star, the presents, gifts, what we know of, what we're told, three wise men following the star. It's just, again, with mental health and wealth, the stories that we are told, the information that we are given. It's I wouldn't be yourself. We've all been hoodwinked, but when we look at what we're doing, we're just following in our forefathers' steps, aren't we? So we've come to a time with the internet, with technology, with evolution, with the amount of documentaries and discoveries that are being made. The truth, we're at a renaissance point. We could say that religion is in fact collapsing before our very eyes. Everything's transforming. Businesses, the police are now taking up emergency services for councils. Times are hard, for us all, man. We're all confused in a day's weekend at the weekend.
Yeah.
It's I think now we're going to see over the next 7 years or so, 6 years into 2030. I think by then we would have reached a pinnacle point. We've come a long way as a society, as a culture, anyways, in the last 10 years or so. But as each decade passes, we are incrementally moving. I had a thought the other day. I was like, video games. When I was a kid, there was all these warnings. When I was a youth, warnings about the culture of video games and the programming and the content and the horror and the gore. And I just thought, where is all them warnings now? There's allegedly regulation and there's oversight and there's licensing and certifications. But, there's like, as each generation evolves, what was seemingly deemed hazardous, potentially a risk of some sort to us isn't no longer a risk moving forward for the next generation. But then I was just thinking about, you know, the evolution of us as a society, and how we eventually, some of us will say, we turn into our parents. That you know.
David, can you fix your sound a bit?
Is it not coming through good?
It's pretty low if we compare it to
Oh, no.
Kevin.
I can hear you all right.
Likewise, yeah. It's okay here.
I hear you guys perfect, but David is only half the volume when he's sitting there.
Yeah, right. I've turned up the gain. The mic's on full. Crimbo, Merry Crimbo. 2024. What's in store? What do we want to see? Where are we going? We'll organise an event. We'll have some more structure, direction, and clarity, and we'll have a spring event somewhere. That's definitely on the cards. As a sovereign council, here we are. There's 4 of us: Anders, Kevin, myself, Bert. We're looking to strengthen and build that. I'll put some comments on Richard.
Straight away, you've got the increases in the gas and electric coming soon.
Yeah,
Ofcom have up the price cap and all that, but I swear they capped it and then they uncapped it and then they've capped it and capped it. I lost count, mate. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Joke. Yeah, a whole lot of it. Yeah.
Lunatics are running the asylum. There's a tune there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the old pound note, mate. The old pound note is dead in it. So that's why everything's going up, because it's just even more losing its value. Like, I wonder when it will stop. So
recession is when it stops. But when they announce the words, the immortal words,
I think it's gone past that though, David. Yeah, because we're in one now, mate. We're in a recession now.
Not officially, but yeah, they haven't announced it officially as such. You could,
yeah, they don't know what one is. Stupid idiots.
Bankruptcy is a form of a recession, is it not? When you cannot pay what you owe, credits, cash, currency. Yes, language.
Yeah, but as we know, they just offset and close down one person and open another person.
It's rather good fun, you know. Good show. We need to look at this value, get some gold collective. We need to sort out what go on.
Well, I think the government are getting their hands deeply into cryptos, aren't they? So digital stuff, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
But in theory, though, will it sort of save them or create further issues? I think further issues.
Yeah, I'll normally partner up with a third-party company. A friend of a friend sets somebody up, line the pockets, furnish the pockets of their counterparts, friends, families, affiliates, etc. And then something could go terribly wrong, and it'll all disappear. Yeah, but I envisage problems too.
Oh, I'm waiting for the next governmental decision and doing something. Look at HS2. What a fucking disaster that was. Yeah.
Yeah, the immigration, Rwanda, Ukraine, the money that the English government has given out, and emergency legislation in COVID and the Nightingales, it's just hemorrhaging in the forms of debt, to be fair, fiscal currency, securitized instrumentation, etc., promises to pay. It's ludicrous. It was only because the African government, a form of one of their offices, went and printed something to the International Monetary Fund, and the International Monetary Fund made this information public, as is the way, what is just right and proper. And that's the way that the figure for the total amount of funding that the British government has given Africa for the immigration business deal that they've done. They didn't actually come out and say, and if Britain breaks the contract in any way, here's the crux, Bert, if Britain fucks up or breaks the contract in any way, Africa keeps the money. If Africa messes up or breaks the contract in any way, then they're in trouble. But I just thought, oh, Africa, you're just going to be like, it's a winner all the way home here. And I just thought, but we haven't got any money for the roads or for the nurses or for the schools that are crumbling and the infrastructure as such and more, and yet we've got alleged money for, well, we have, because not money, but credits and funds have been sent in the millions and billions for foreign aid and business deals and that. So, yeah, I think once it gets into the public domain, it's for us to then to decide, we let them get away with it. We are the ones that don't ever really hold anybody to account. The trust has been broken, mistrust, abuse of trust, parliamentary trust, ministerial codes, and nobody ever seems to. They might change office, or we might have a by-election, an election, and colours might change, but the game still carries on. But the whole infrastructure we can see is built on shit, and it's about time we address this between us all, I suppose, isn't it? But the monies and the contracts that are being drawn up and given away at our expense, it's eye-watering to say the least. And then they report that there might be some kind of bio-warfare research centres by America in Ukraine. Did any of you hear these such like claims or stories recently? That in Ukraine there may well be research.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, but any excuse, like,
Oh yeah. Back in the office tomorrow. Yeah, we won't be on all night, but I just wanted to come in, say hello. The lad said we better go and show our face, what we're doing, when we're going on. We advertised it in advance for the last few days, so I hope we've all had a nice time. You're well as can be. If you've got any questions or you want to ask anything, feel free. We will do our best. We live in a time now where it's no longer a lockable up offence under a section order, under tinfoil hat section order 21 for talking about unidentified aerial phenomenon, UFOs, etc. Such things. We see an evolution over time, as slow and as painful as it is, where the correct articulate information is slowly talked about within mainstream. The evolution of truth itself is before our eyes, and the most recent one that I can think of to give you is the conspiracy theory subject topic known as UFOs and little green men, coming to the forefront, where Louis, what's that guy's name now? Yeah, head of ATIP and others have come forward and brought out videos and evidences and claims, and departments such as Pentagon's government's Department of Defense have said, yes, okay, these are genuine such and such videos. So, some things at the back of our minds, you might think, yeah, well, Kevin, David, Albert, Gansders, at the end of the day, it's all very well and good talking about this, but it will never happen. Well, they did say that about UFOs, to be fair, and the subject in itself was a highly speculative area of which people lost their careers if they even, you know, like an airline pilot talking about it can lose their license and career. So that subject's turned around and the topic is no longer a taboo subject. So again, unfortunately for us, we've just got to wait this shit out and ride the crest. Sometimes it's more pain than it is pleasure. Yeah, I yield.
Have you seen the drastic stuff there Argentina's doing to the peso?
What are they doing now? So no, I haven't. I ain't got Scooby Doo, but
Well, but basically, I think there's been a structure change there or whatever, and they're basically halving the peso value to basically restructure debts and stuff like that and writing it off.
half the value of a national currency. That's not Merry Crimbo, everyone. So that's like, so the equivalent would be when my grandma told me there was 212 pennies to the pound, and overnight when they did decimalisation, there was 100 pennies to the pound.
Yeah, same stuff. So they've killed,
Yeah.
and they say it's going to be months of pain, but it does sound a bit like me because he's basically saying there is no money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Moon eye. Yeah, money, credit, currency. I do foresee some kinds of Jack Fresco, Venus type projects coming through, community based, off grid, and the people that want to do that will be, you know, the ones that have some liquidity that they want to move to private, mobile, nomadic styles of life. So there are ways to exist, coexist with nature, you know, and I see our whole lifestyle, our communities, our ways of life, our language, our religion, our money. When you look at it, if you just stand back and look at in the grand scheme of things, what is actually happening and what is actually, you know, coming to light as being inferior or not fit for purpose, it's quite a lot. Nothing is safe. Everything's been put under the spotlight, but some things are more prevalent than others. You know, our policing, our courts, our law, our language, our money, our religion, they're all big issue, class A subjects. We will be part of that. You know, what I admired about some of David Icke's talks was when he says the only way they get power is by your ignorance and your acquiescence, the fact that you acquiesce by tacitly agreeing. I'm like, so Ike spouting a bit of law, but to do with political, psychological, society to totalitarian tiptoe Club of Rome styling. And the only, the majority of anybody's power is the fact that they will get away with what they can get away with for however long they can get away with it. So that then draws me to the maxim: those that do not assert their rights are seen to have none. And then if we're drawn into a game where we're led down with a bit of rope, like a piece of cattle, and we're given a piece of paper, a certificate, and we're told, you know, it is quite a macabre and nefarious little setup what they've got going there. They give you a Bible, they throw you in Sunday school, they say, work that shit out, motherfucker, or die. No, and 99.9% of us don't work that shit out. So off we go. Hi ho. Thank you. Please, sir, can I have some more? And then to work out what we've worked out, you know, who and what you is, that's been brought to my attention that in some contractual small prints now in the subsections and clauses and areas of contracts which have got interpretation values and semantics written within them, they're now classifying and stating who you is. So when we would say previously, and furthermore, we would like you to clarify who you is, they now are writing in the contracts that they're sending out. The pen is, it must have had some weight what we was initially arguing there, because, you know, who is the claim against is what you're saying in principles of pre-action protocols and basics, isn't it? Status, standing, capacity for the merits of a claim, for it to be seen as valid or non-valid. Then yeah, so for them to have actually now, so that would give me, that was just like a little smiling moment I had, and I thought I must mention that to the sobs, that now, because of our tenacious tenacity, yeah, and our annoying telephone calls and letters, companies have seen fit to put in, if you check in small prints, they now define who you is. But if you're going to ask me, so does that mean we're all fucked and now the game's over? No, it doesn't. It's incredibly hilarious to read who they believe you is. Honestly. So well done. I give yourselves a big pat on the back, because things like that, just, you know, they're the little boost that I need to get through the day, and I'm sure you lot do too. That the establishment, the system, the machine is sitting up. It's listening to us, you know. So it's not listening to us; it's reacting. The game is changing. We're pointing out the rules to the game, and if you don't follow the rules, then you can't expect to ever win. If you're a cheat and you're caught out for being a cheat, we're going to call you out for being a cheat, and then therefore by your own rules, you've lost. So they're now looking to make sure that they adhere to some more of the rules, but principles that were brought to you are still the same, you know. Agency relationships, bailor relationships, trust, acceptance, you know, none of it really changes dramatically at our end, but because, you know, it's just the fact that you can see things happening in real time, you know, what we say, what we do, how we do it. Like what Kevin's done in DWP and the DWP and the departments, and closing down and new contracts and agreements opening up. It takes work, it takes time, it doesn't happen overnight, and a lot of people, unfortunately, in that area have died waiting for benefits whilst being told they're fit for work. That's what, at the end of the day, that's as real as it is. People have died,
yeah,
money whilst being told they're fit for work. So then they've realised this shit's got to go.
They've actually
yeah,
got to set more people back at work, isn't they? Even though you've got a disability or whatever, they're trying to push you to do some sort of work, so you're like available within a certain time frame during the week. So I find a bit mad, you know.
Yeah, I do. When they're taking this 20% tax off us when we go out into the world of commerce and we use our person and we obtain a wage from a corporation, then the tax levy limit that they take is 20%. So 20p out of everybody's pounds that is earned goes to the Inland Revenue for tax, to the Treasury. Then you've got your national insurance contributions, then you've got your mandatory pension contributions. But the point is, when we are looking at getting this entitlement back, that for which we pay into, we're not given the small print like what Albert's just said, or that you've got to do X, Y, and Z, be here on a Tuesday, ring this number on a Thursday, click your heels and turn round when the sun gets to midday on the back garden with your patio door open just after you've fed the cat, but not before you feed the dog, and make sure it's before 3 o'clock, and have a cup of water ready at the side. Make sure that you're wearing blue trousers but no yellow. But oh my days, hang on a minute. When did I agree to all this? You said give me some money, and when you're on your ass, we'll sort you out. In fact, there wasn't even that. We just paid the money because the corporations we work for pay the money on our behalf, don't they? You know, when we submit and sign that contract. But the bottom line is, you pay all this money into the estate, and then you want some of it back when you need help. And then it turns out there's all these terms and conditions of which we're not present at the point in time of payment for these services. You know, so what's going on? That's another little thing that we need to rectify. That's another little bonus of moving to the private. You know, you actually can compel people to perform because you present in a correct manner.
Even some of that, though, nowadays, if you fall on your arse, you do have to put a claim in by whatever, and it's because you've been struck ill or something like that, you know, with cost of places now, it outweighs. You've still got to dip in your pocket somehow to subsidise your living accommodation because their stuff don't cover it half the time. So there's the deepens the mental health thing, like, you know, because it can push a lot of people over the edge, can't it? So, and on that subject, I think with currency, debts, all that, just think that our currency is a debt. We can't call it money because it's got no value. It's diminishing all the time. So, and if that is your main cause of stress, then obviously reach out to us and all. Yeah. Because we can point you in the right directions as well, or offer help, assistance. You know, a few minds is better than none, you know. So don't let things stress you out. Yeah. Especially in this current climate.
Yeah.
Well said, mate. Well said.
Well, I thought I had to get that in because obviously mental wealth, mental health, all that, you know.
Yeah.
David's title to the video. So on this crimbo, whatever, you know. So because it can get a lot of people down, you know.
Suicide. You get some that down, they commit suicide, you know. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
debt.
Yeah,
Terrible.
it is. Yeah, yeah.
No,
You know, on top of everything else, everybody's struggling. And then Christmas, you know, and then the bills are going to go up for the new year, and it's just a nightmare. And I can imagine pulling your hair out and it just getting too much. So, yes, sad times, and nobody's trying to make it better for the little people, really, are they? Let's face it. Can I just say, hello, Lisa. How are you? How's James doing? Hope everything's all right over there in the wilds.
in the Baltic lands of Alaska. Wow.
Oh, makes me shiver thinking about it.
Hello, good evening to you both. Much love to you. Yeah, the world that we're in, what we've learned is to control legal actions made against our person, those that have effected claim or lay claim or have noted of intended prosecution, etc. We've learned to meet those controversies and handle them in such a way where 95% of the time it will go in favor of you. Whereas if you don't know the pertinent criteria, questions in which to stop and ask and check, then you will be eaten up like the low-hanging fruit you are. So we can see, we've learned, we can prove, we can show you the inner workings. You've come to see it yourself and meet it yourself. The beast system, as it would be called, or in America there's publications on Uncle Sam's beast system. But yeah, the New World Order has a language which is the legal system for that new world. So I am part. The guests on this show, the souls that are with us tonight, are all part of the old world. We haven't transgressed across to the new world, but we see and recognize the new world. We are of the new world, but we don't play any part in it. We are given instrumentation of which to implement, to act in this new world, which is our person, which is why it says this is not to be used as evidence of identification, because you'd be an idiot. It should carry on that paragraph, really. Warning, this notice, whatever it does say, I believe it says warning, or this certificate is not to be used as evidence of identity. Because if you really do that, if one really did have a brain, you'd know exactly what this instrument was, you silly Billy. Yes, and you'd use it wisely, young Jedi. Now, once again, it is not evidence of identity. I bid you good day. So honestly, so yeah. You see this mechanism, the infrastructure, the language, the layout, the protocols, the requirements, the due process. the requirements and the duties and obligations. You learn some language, you get some dictionaries, and yeah, the mental wealth side of it does. You know, you ultimately get into spirituality, man, human, soul, person, without meaning to. This line of work is quite spiritual, because if you do follow the path and you put the effort in, when you come out the other side, you've grown, and you've transformed, and you now go back to look at the same truth that you knew before you started that journey, and then you see a different answer, and you can it does it, losing that fear, that anger aspect, when you see letters that say, this is what you must do, this warning, and you know, before you may have acted in a not so beneficial way. Whereas if you embark on this life quest, you learn to be able to become the master of your person, the data controller of your person, and you can operate and execute deeds as they should be done, and things start to change beneficially for the better. And the fear, the anger, you know, they go cap in hand. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It provides a lot of mental wealth. It's a community of like-minded souls that question authority, that are journalistic in their very nature, that like to research and double check. They don't just swallow any old shit and take it and say thank you. Don't piss on us and tell us it's raining. Because we'll catch you out. Drunk or not drunk. So yeah, that's, you know, this journey, this line of work, that when you see how others transform, like Kath has written in the text there, I don't celebrate Christmas like I used to, not since I found out, you know, some truths, but it is what it is, you know, and it's good how you all are on your own individual journey, as much as we're on this journey together, on these planes in this realm. It's nice getting stories and feedback and everything else, you know. Anders is on a different continent. You guys in the chat room are on different continents. So it's good for us to be able to share, to link up, to talk about officers, troopers, law, courts, parliament, Congress, etc. I want to sleep well tonight, I tell you that much. Sleep very well. 2 days in the warehouse, weekend, New Year's Day off, and then back to normal.
Warm me out.
Are you back, lad?
Yeah, just let the dog out, to let him out into the kitchen, and he went to go outside, and literally as soon as I sat down, he was back at the door. That's like a month's worth of exercise. Poor old bugger. He's not going to be with us for much longer. I don't think his back legs are really bad. Poor old fella. So that's what I've got to look forward to in 2024.
Lisa's put a comment there for you as well. Well, for us all, but yeah, you've got to see that as well. I like what she's put at the end there, and being extra nice to him. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Bless you. Much love.
Yeah, congratulations. Well done. I hope he gets well. I really do.
35 years of togetherness. Well put. Very well put.
Yeah, Andy, we've got we've got some irons in the fire for sort of hopefully springish. So we're trying to explore what's going on there, but something will happen at some point in the new year. Definitely, because it's been too long.
Yeah, we are. We're going to do something in the spring. So yeah, we'll get something clear and transparent options. Maybe somewhere in Wales if it's decent temperatures. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, we've all got to travel, so we'll try and find some land and make a good few days of it. A weekend, get there Friday, leave Monday. One of them jobs, you know the one. So yeah, that's definitely on the cards. Poor old Sue, she was let down. But still, yeah.
Yeah, it was just too short notice, really. You know, to get any interest with it. You know, we've got to be trying to encourage people for a good 2 or 3 months. Once we get the date and the venue, that'd help.
Oh, mind, yeah, I've got a generator. We can have electric and stuff. We could even have a little bit of I don't know, I'm not saying a rave, dare I say it, on Tinterwebble, but yeah, we've got facilities to generate electricity. You know, we could get some land and do it proper private event, and yeah.
We could, yeah, just some quiet background music.
Yes, why not? It's the generator is at 2.5 kilowatts petrol, runs 12 hours on a full tank, and it's pure sine wave output, so it can take the Technics and the Pioneers because it's surge protected and everything. It's a right little bit of kit.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Might need a few of them for a 50k rig though.
Still part of the fun, but yeah, definitely we need to get outside and have a nice little meet up, drink some shroom tea, and watch the dots in the sky dance around. Yeah.
All right, if I must.
I said Alaska, not ayahuasca. What's this, Kevin? No. In Alaska. Said Lisa, James are in Alaska. Now give me some ayahuasca. Thought that was funny tasting brew.
Yeah, be confident, Lisa. You know what's going on. Good luck. I know it's not always fun dealing with these entities because we all know that they're a nightmare and mostly retarded. I don't know where they find them in. I think they grow them all in a lab, or maybe you know in a sewage farm. Maybe that's what they cream off the top and grow these people into humans or something, and then send them to allegedly serve us. Yet, amazingly, screw with us mostly.
Yeah, trying times, isn't it? Asserting your rights, holding others to account, to authority, minding your own business. Oh man, councils collapsing, hospitals on strike, roads, potholes in size of the moon, schools crumbling, borders out of control, government just giving money to any country that asks for it, war, immigration. It's just incredible what's going on. Where will it end? I'm optimistic about 2024, but we've got some work to do between us. We've got some work to do. The sovereign council, steering wheel, collective, coalition the network needs to be. We need to form this network now. Shortwave, sidewave search. What were they? CB radios. Yes, we need a set of them. We're going old school, never mind digital.
Yeah, you can get. There's a lot about at the moment. You can still get some brand new with side bands and all sorts on them, which is what you want in case you need to cover distances, really.
Yeah.
But they're still relatively cheap, brand new. But obviously they're up to date technology because I don't believe there's any restrictions here now.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, AM, FM. From what I can see, they don't care anymore. Yeah, because I've nearly bought. I've been looking at.
Oh, we'll get Sovereign
Sorry.
going. Come on. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I've been looking at ham stuff rather than CB, although I used to was into that years ago. Um, but yeah, something that covers lots of different bands and frequencies. That's what I've had my eye on. They're not too expensive.
I can
Yasu. Hey?
I can recommend something that is called SDR, software device radio. And you can use it as a ham radio, you can use it as an FM sender, you can use all frequencies. So that is actually a very good thing.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
What if the power goes out?
Say again?
So what if the power goes out?
It's 12 volts. So you need to have batteries.
As are the other, that's what I mean. At least you've got something you can convert over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're approaching 2 hours. We seem to be plodding along tonight. It doesn't seem to be moving as fast and as furious as I thought it might be, but yeah, it's been fun. It's been good. I'm glad we got together. We're showing our faces to chew.
Come on, mate, up you get then. Hanging around, old fella. Come on. Get up, you big girl's blouse. That's it. Oh,
They can pay billions or more, but can't pay compensation on contaminated blood. All right, yes, Andy. Yeah.
of
Controversial,
course.
but true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Find lots of money, can't they? But like again, not for the nurses, not for it's just a joke.
old enough to remember when FM was an underground radio.
Yeah.
Or pirate radio stations on the FMs in London and cities. Yep. Rave on. With the adverts, the unique adverts that they had on them as well. Back in day. On your tape, making tapes from radio. Trying to stop it before they started talking. Sharing music, tape to tape. Yeah, man.
I have a question for you, David.
Okay.
That is, why are you not sending on Facebook? No.
You have a question which is, why am I not sending on Facebook?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means that you're able to do it.
To do what?
send this program on Facebook at the same time we are watching it?
Oh, because I'm not an open broadcasting system software. We're on Zoom, so that's why I haven't. I need to update a plugin in OBS, and then it'll allow me to simultaneous dual stream. But you have to use OBS.
Okay.
Not Zoom. That's why, because we're on Zoom and not OBS broadcasting software. So yeah, good point. Good point.
I did have that. Like, there's a script, David. I'll show you it. So not what you're talking about. I don't get that, but I got a script. You could actually plug, like say, Zoom into it, and then the Zoom would stream off to other channels.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll show you it. Yeah.
What a script. I remember back in the day that meant someone had got a prescription for some morphine and we was all going to have a jolly good weekend.
Not that type of script, mate.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like
Guild.
code. Yeah, code. PHP code.
I just wanted to see Kevin's little boat race light up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a script. Honestly, that's not a made up thing. That's when I'm like, what you on about, you guys? I've got a PIMS book. What's a PIMS book? Oh, it's what the doctor uses. Why do you need a PIMS book for? Well, look at this. I was like, wow. You
Yeah.
guys, there's something else.
I don't really go on Facebook much. It's like, yeah, I'm not sure. You're on there, Kevin. You're a lot, no, in the
Well,
admin side of it. Yeah.
well, I get notified when there's posts to be approved, because everything's pre-approved. Or we preview it before we put it up. That's when it's really funny when Facebook go, oh, you violated community standards, so now you're going to have to preview all your posts. And we're like, we do that anyway. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't do a lot. If there's something interesting, it goes well. Usually, it will go on our Facebook page and my own profile. There's not a lot. Unless I find something particularly offensive, and then I might not put it in the group, but I will put it on mine. But yeah, I don't really. I mean, I scroll through it, but not the main stuff. But I wait till I'm notified about something or somebody's tagged me. That's about it. I'm not any more involved with that. I'd be quite happy to jack it in, to be honest with you. Just the same old bollocks going round in circles.
Sarah just,
So
Sarah just
go on.
nothing. Yeah. We get throttled a lot now. We've been naughty and outspoken that much, violated. We've violated that many areas of that commercial sector that we are receiving what is known as throttling, where they restrict the bottlenecking, the bandwidth, the outreach, the throughput that we have has been dramatically reduced.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We get knocked right down in the feed. Likewise on my profile, my own personal profile, even though I've got lots of people reminders for birthdays and stuff, I don't get any anymore. They don't remind me of anything like that. Oh dear. Yeah, they do all the sort of stuff that niggles me a bit, but it's just expected from them. But yeah, they jerk around with my stuff. I expect it, but I could take it or leave it, to be honest with you. I really just maintain everything because of the SPL's page, but I mean that's quite quiet. Had a couple of people trying to put porn up the other day.
Hey.
Yeah, you know, and it was obviously because we're on preview, they couldn't just post it, so they got rid of that and blocked them. Didn't recognise the name, so they obviously weren't members. Yeah, foreign names allegedly. Yeah, that sort of bullshit. But yeah, there's not a lot going on. I have to pick and choose. There's some stuff is people keep putting or you know submitting ULEZ stuff and all that. I've tried to avoid all of that sort of shit. There's plenty of sites if you want to go and read about all that sort of shit and what's going on. Likewise with the Palestine Israel issues, there was a few, you know, been a few come up. I just decline all of that from either side. I'm not getting involved in that. I've got no personal thoughts on it. Either way. So, but no, I won't have any of that in the group. Yeah, there hasn't been a lot. I mean, it's gone quite quiet with stuff coming in, but you know, we had not long ago we had one guy, I can't think of his name. He soon disappeared anyway. And the stuff he was putting in, you know, so much of it in the end just I put him on restriction for 30 days. He couldn't post anything and all the rest of it. And I knew that as clear him out, and yeah, and he disappeared. But you know, I don't mind stuff, but it just got silly, and of course I've got to vet it all. But yeah, it's got quieter. So this is probably the quietest year this last year. Had many new members requests or anything like that this year, but that's probably because that could well be FB as well, to be honest, because we don't toe the line. Never have.
Yeah.
I always argue with them, send them reasons why, and then I'm pretty offensive about them as well. Straight to them. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me.
Ah, sorry about that.
Bing bong.
What we got to
Right.
talk about?
What's that, mate?
What else do we need to talk about?
I don't know. I'm just moving over to the patio door. I'll turn my video off.
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realise I was on mute, lad. Lad was on mute. What do you call a man with no shins?
Oh,
Neil. That was in a crack. No, that wasn't in a cracker, but that was a crack. I'm going to say that was my Cracker Joe equivalent.
yeah, didn't even have any crackers this year. Come on, cat. Bloody hell, cats, dogs.
Times are tight for us all, Kevin. Yeah, we're all making cutbacks, lad.
I think the ones we had last year were from about 2 years previous. I was up in the bedroom and I thought, oh no, there's a whole pack of crackers there. Oh shit, anyway, doesn't matter what you buy.
Yeah, I can add to that because I looked for some this year and I thought, what a pile of crap, it weren't worth it. Yeah, couldn't find any decent ones just for the crack, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, it was no good. Well, I didn't even go out. I didn't have to go out to shop.
Mhm.
So, but not that I go out very often anyway. It's the reality of it. But yeah, I didn't see anything. It was all done for me, mostly by the companies, apart from the food and everything, which Anne sorted out or collected, should I say. I'm quite happy to stay in there, don't I? I don't want to interact with the normies. It's scary out there. Stay here where I'm safe. Oh, it's just started raining. Nice.
That's the weather report from Kevin.
Yeah, for down south, just west of sorry, just east of Heathrow Airport.
It's a bit soppy down south, is what we say, lads. Soppy down south. Soggy.
Soppy.
Soggy.
Soggy. No, I think soppy.
Nancy boys, you say. Nancy boys.
Well, the up and coming generation certainly seem that way. Jeepers.
Yeah, it seems been a nice little random chat. I'm glad everybody's all right and that
Yeah, it's nice to see a few names in, as I say. We're definitely being restricted. We've got something. I was looking through the stats or something the other day, or yeah, something. They tell you certain things. It won't affect anything. You lying bastards. But somebody put something up. I think I haven't had any admin violations for a while, but I have had personal violations in the group, if you see what I'm saying.
yeah.
Kevin Phillips posted this. Kevin Phillips posted that.
Nobody
We
likes
decided
yeah.
it was all bollocks. Yeah, well, we all know what your bollocks means.
Snitches get stitches, is what we tell them.
Yeah.
They like that word beep and creep. We beep and creep. If in doubt, chicken out. Shortcuts lead to deep cuts, in my experience. Scare the shit out of me
Yeah.
when I'm training for the trucks and that. Beep and creep, beep and creep. Remember, if in doubt, chicken out. Don't be shy. Show us your pie. No, that one I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah, Andy's just put in about Lisa was saying that she got off a FB a while ago, and Andy's going on about Rumble. Yeah, we can't get it on Androids and get it on my laptops, obviously. I only miss the pictures of people's dinners. You missed all the Christmas ones as well, Lisa. What a nightmare it must be for you. Oh, all the special ones.
All good. Everybody's chilling. I hate that I have to go in tomorrow. I really hate it. When I say I hate it, on a level of 1 to 10, I'm on about 50. Proper on about 50. It doesn't take much sometimes to wind me up. And that one's really got my goat. It's got me goat. It's run away with it, fleeced it, sheesh kebabbed it, ate it, and brought me back a pile of bones. That's what I'm on about.
Is that how you feel about going to work tomorrow?
Can't believe it. I cannot Adam and Eve.
Couldn't you screw any time off? Extra time off?
Oh, I could, but I won't. I should, yeah.
No, I mean even like time due off.
No, that's it.
Oh.
Suck it up, Kevin. Got to suck it up.
Anne's mate, she got 11 days off. I think she goes back on the 4th or I can't remember. Yeah, 4th, I think maybe. Which is nice.
Yeah. I think we can look to wrap this show up then. I don't see any much to talk about. We've been on a good 2 hours going on.
Yeah, coming on for that. Yeah, we had a few minutes beforehand, didn't we? Yeah, I'm good. I mean, that's fine if everybody's happy with that. I'm happy to stop or go. Either
I'm
way,
happy with
baby.
it.
What was that, Anders?
I said I'm happy with it if we end now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is your good lady, Anders?
She's fine. She's laying in her bed now and reading her King James Bible.
Oh my goodness. Wow, hardcore.
Yeah. That's the kind of woman that you want to have. You know? You don't want to have those women going to clubs and everything.
Got that down chapter and verse. Yes. Yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for your time, for your humour, for your presence, for your penmanship, vocalmanship, wordmanship. It's been fun.
It's all good. Yeah, I'm glad we caught up and we do it a bit more. Everything's up and down for everybody. But
Going with the flow is what we do, Kevin. Going with flow.
yeah.
Bert, you want to say anything before we exit?
He's gone to sleep.
No, I'm finished. Sorry, I was just listening. So, yeah. All the best to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, Bert. Much love to everybody. Thanks for joining us. I know it was just a general run out, but thanks for joining us. We do appreciate it. We'll speak to you all soon.
This is what this
Lisa,
is
James, massive love to you.
When I said quick video, that's what I meant. 2 hours is quick. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. just sending extra love to James and Lisa, especially James, who's not too well at the moment. So hope everything pans out. Hope you're feeling better, mate. Lisa, fair play to you. Playing nurse there. Nurse Ratchet, maybe. Anyway, yes.
Happy 35th is what I was going to say. Yeah, and God bless you.
Yes.
Can't be easy. It's not easy living out there. From what we've seen and heard, what little we've seen and heard, you got to fend for yourself, go through harsh climate, look after your beloved. But yeah, happy anniversary and well done. Much love to you. God bless you. Now get kettle on.
Maybe a sandwich.
Oh man. I love you guys. It's been fun. Yeah, I've got an idea for a video. I'm going to come back with some words. We're going to have some bedazzlement. There's going to be some wordmanship. There's a video that I'll make regards the links, the missing links with linguistic, semantics, vocabulary, vernacular, sonics, phonics, definitions, gematria. What else is in the mix there? And then the bits in between that link all of those topics that I just said up to bring up where we are today. Phil Langdon, not is it Phil Langdon? I can't think of the. I came across somebody's work. I don't know who it was. There's too many of them. I'm a bit tired, a bit mash up, like kettled me sweet. Know what I mean, Harry? Why go on? Brain mash up. That's why I go on. So, but yeah, I think it might be Dr. Professor. No, Phil, it's not Phil Langdon at all. It definitely isn't Phil Langdon. That's wrong. But Dr. Leonard Horowitz might have been. Wow, there we go. Totally different. Where'd you get Phil Langdon? Leonard Horowitz. Phil Langdon. It couldn't be.
They're close.
It couldn't be anything.
Are they living neighbors?
Easily confused between the two.
Sorry, Dr. Leonard Horowitz is actually the man that I should have said. I came across as I was clearing the sideboard the other day. Came across some of the finer works of Dr. Leonard Horowitz, which was nice. And I decided to reminisce and immerse myself back into it. I was like, shit, this man's good. I looked at him years ago, you know, when you find when we're researching and you're like, that's good, put that to the good pile, but any good pile just envelops you and you're like, oh man, I need a really good pile and a good pile and a watch later pile, and then you start your other pile, and then it just gets, and then before long, you've not got no chance of watching half of what you've put to one side. Dr. Leonard Horowitz was in that said first pile on the sideboard, like, yeah. Scraps of paper.
Got a little cracker joke here for you, everybody.
Oh, here we go. Brilliant.
Okay, you ready? What's the difference between a weasel and a stoat? One's weaselly distinguished and the other is totally different.
That's brilliant. I saw a little smoke on Anders' face. Totally lost a train of thought. Let's end on a high note. Thank you for that, Kevin. Thank you, Anders. Thank you, Bert. Much what you do. I love you all. Merry Crimbo. We will speak in the admin chat about the standard of Kevin's jokes. Rest assured.
They haven't even reached up to a standard.
Bless up. Have a great rest of the evening and New Year's for those that we don't see. Maybe we could do a New Year's Eve show. Maybe we could advertise. We'll come on New Year's. See if there's anybody at home that might want to accompany us. We'll just have an open mic chat, reminisce. Maybe, maybe not.
Yes.
Pity.
Whatever you say, Gov.
Yeah, we could see.
I should be there.
Let's have a chat. Let's pencil that in. All right then. Goodbye, Sweden. Goodbye, England. Arrivederci. Farewell. Au revoir.
Ciao.
Night all.